Close your eyes and imagine the flavor of a refreshing breeze, the flavor of the cooling waters of the sea, the flavor of the warm sun. It's the magic of handshake. Just as different paints are mixed together to create a completely different color, handshake is creating new flavors by mixing different tastes and ingredients from nature. Handshake involves taking nature's tastes and making them more flavorful. From now on, you will embark on a journey to a new world of flavor, in search of that unique flavor found only in Korean food. A taste that's central and fundamental to Korean food. A sixth flavor hidden in Korean cuisine. Let's start from the very beginning. How is Korean food made?
새우를 빚어서 담근 간장하고 된장하고 옛날에 제가 어머니 할머니한테 먹던 그 음식을 제가 그거를 하고 있죠. 자연이 빚어준 음식들이 너무나 아직도 한국은 많이 있어요. 막 토속적이고 정말 아주 좋은 재료도 있어야 되지만 한국 음식을 만드는 데 있어서는 된장, 고추장, 간장이 필수적으로 뭐 한 가지를 하더라도 골고루 들어가야 되지 않겠어요? 장맛이 빠지면 절대 우리 한국의 음식 정말 전통적인 그런 맛은 절대 낼 수가 없는 거죠.
Jang is a blanket term for the soybean-based traditional sauces of Korea. What roles do these various sauces play in creating the distinctive flavors of Korean dishes? This is Joe, a guide for your culinary travel, who is here to give you a hint.
And it's because of this we have these special properties of jang, Korean traditional sauces. Now, we know all the basic flavors we have. We have salty, sweet, sour, bitter, and then there's that fifth taste, which you can kind of describe as savory, but there's a hidden sixth taste that we don't know about.
Each country has signature sauces that give recognizable characters to its food. Sometimes creamy, sometimes tart, and sometimes spicy. The sauces are used in a variety of dishes, from appetizers to entrees and desserts. The sauces help to season the food, make it more flavorsome, or bring out the flavors of certain ingredients to whet the appetite. But isn't it amazing? Korea's jang has a sixth taste that cannot be found in any other sauces. What is this mystery taste? First, let's trace the origin of jang. Korea's jang, made from fermented soybeans, gave rise to a culinary tradition vastly different from the one that originated from the meat-based sauces of China. Miju, a block of mashed soybeans, was fermented by mold to produce soy sauce or soybean paste. Chili pepper powder, introduced to Korea some 400 years ago, sparked a revolution in the world of spice. Gochujang was created by adding spicy chili powder to soybean-based miju. The latest member of the jang family enriched Korean cuisine with the flavors of different jang. Now let's turn the clock back. and see what took place in this urn of gochujang to feature that unique sixth taste. White gold. Salt, one of the essential ingredients for jang, provides the first clue. In fact, the word sauce originated from salsas, the Latin term for salted water. So you see, salt is the most fundamental element giving flavor to food. Mankind had taken in sodium through the consumption of raw meat. But ever since mankind started consuming grains and cooked food, humans needed a separate source of salt. Preserving food with sea salt or in brine, which later led to pickling, was among the earliest food preservation methods. This development greatly advanced the history of food processing for mankind.
신화군 비금도는 우리나라 최초로 천일염이 염전이 조성된 공간 중에 하나입니다. 비금도는 다도해상 국립공원으로 청정해역입니다. 특히나 이제 비금도 갯벌은 미세 알갱이, 바로 흑색 미세 알갱이라는 그 점토질이 굉장히 많습니다. 갯벌은 하루에 2번씩 매일 사실은 그 지구의 자전거 공전 이런 것들을 통해서 바로 밀물과 썰물이 교차하는 공간입니다. 그래서 모든 생물들이 살아 숨쉬는 공간이라고 생각하시면 됩니다. 바로 이 생명체가 살아 숨쉬는 공간에 비금도에 염전이 있고 그 공간에서 바로 살아 숨쉬는 바로 그 소금이 생산되고 있는 것입니다.
Let's take a look at how salt is made. The sea is the salt's birthplace, the mother's womb. At high tide, seawater flows through the waterway and into a reservoir, where the seawater undergoes the first round of filtration and reduction. Seawater is evaporated in the first evaporating pond to make it saltier. Then some of the moisture disappears at the first evaporating pond to leave behind saltier seawater. The salinity level is raised even higher in the second evaporating pond over a period of about 1 week. All the while, sunlight and wind keep cooking and stirring the seawater. Finally, in the crystallizing pond, salt is manifested into its sparkling crystalline form shaped by the sea, sunlight, and wind. This is why the salt farmers, who valued salt more than anything, have long been saying that salt has come, not been made. It implied that salt is not something that is produced by human labor alone. Just as farmers are dependent on sunlight, wind, and rain of all 4 seasons to grow their crops, salt farmers rely on the sunlight and wind from the coast to produce salt. The glinting crystals ride the cart of time and are kept in a well-ventilated, waterproof facility to be drained of bittern and then become sun-dried salt with the right amount of moisture. When sun-dried salt is used to preserve meat, seafood, or vegetables, it helps suppress food spoilage microorganisms for long-term storage. It also causes chemical reactions involving enzymes and multiplying germs, which adds amino acids to food, giving that distinctive flavor called a sixth taste. Now let's hand over the first ingredient to Joe.
yes, I can taste the hidden taste a bit, but it's a little too salty. There's not enough there. It needs a little more complexity. So the sixth hidden taste does not only need salt. There needs something else there.
Soybeans are an ingredient critical to bringing out that sixth taste of jang. Since the old days, soybeans have been called miracle grains in the East. For Asians whose diet traditionally included very little meat, soybeans played a vital part as a plant-based protein in place of animal proteins. Since soybean proteins break down to produce a substance that has meat-like savory taste, soybeans have served as a wonderful seasoning for Asians whose diet has consisted largely of grains. The discovery of a plant ingredient that was savory like meat sparked a culinary revolution. Moreover, Korea's soybean-based jang is known to be 5 times higher in protein than meat. Koreans also know how to make the most out of the nutrients in soybeans. The secret lies in miju, the basic building block for jang. It takes multiple human touches to make miju. Soybeans are cooked until they become 5 times larger in size. Then the beans are mashed until there are no more lumps and shaped into square blocks. The meju blocks are strung up with straw ropes to dry in an evenly heated room through the winter. Mold and germs multiply on the surface, and the meju blocks turn an earthy brown color. The germs that grow inside and outside the meju blocks help break down the substances in soybeans to produce more savory and meat-like tastes. Soy sauce is made by soaking these meju blocks in salted water. Chili peppers and charcoal keep the solution from spoiling. About 60 days later, meju blocks are taken out of the salted water and soy sauce is drained out to make doenjang, the thick soybean paste. Hey Joe, did you find what you were looking for in the soybeans?
Sort of a savory, meaty flavor, but it's not quite that sixth hidden taste. I think we need a little more research.
Gochujang is the most complicated sauce to make among the jang trio. It needs chili peppers, the red jewel. Capsaicin in the chili pepper was the answer to mankind's millennia-old wish to keep vegetables fresh for a long time. Capsaicin helps prevent oil from going rancid and cultivating lactic acid bacteria. These properties are key to making kimchi and gochujang in Korea, which is why chili peppers are the most important ingredient to Korean cuisine.
청양고추가 가장 좋은 게 신미도가 좋아, 신미도. 매운 거서부터 이제 좀 덜 매운 거 찾을 수 있는 고추가 청양고추라니. pH가 중성이야 가장 좋은 거예요. 그래서 하천에서 물을 쓰게 되면 뭐 중간에 뭐 이제 농약도 쓸 수 있고 뭐 오염된 물이 들어가면 그게 안 좋기 때문에 거의 청양은 지하 관정을 파가지고 물을 공급을 다 해요. 사람 먹는 물을 고추가 먹고 그런 거예요. 그러니까 이게 깨끗할 수밖에 없어요. 청양에서 생산된 고추를 드시는 분들은 진짜 복 받은 분들이에요.
That is hot. Whoa, you got to be careful with this. Now, Koreans have a saying that a hot sauna is cool and a hot pepper is sweet. And wow, this is loaded with capsaicin, which, you know, is supposed to kind of numb your mouth a bit. Not working on me.
That must not have been spicy enough for Joe. Let's turn the heat up all the way. Ripened red by the sun, each and every one of these chili peppers looks beautiful. But it is up to the creators of these works of art to pick the best of the best.
청양은 고추 자체가 청정하게 재배되기 때문에 뭐 굳이 세척과정을 안 갖춰도 상관이 없는데 그래도 그 우수한 농산물만이 고추만 선별해서 시장 취재하고.
Nature's masterpieces are displayed for the world to see under the bright sunlight.
사람도 마찬가지지만 이 작물이 햇빛을 봐야 돼요. 사람도 햇빛을 보면 비타민이 나온다고 하잖아요, 얼굴에. 이 고추에도 가지고 있는 이 비타민이 상당히 이게 많은 고추인데 그 햇빛에서 건조하면 그 비타민 C가 배로 늘어나요, 함유량이. 그래서 태양 건조가 좋다고 하는 거죠.
One important step is left before the chili peppers are transformed into a perfect contributor to gochujang. The stalk ends of dried chili peppers are picked off and the peppers are split to take out the seeds before they are ground. The coarseness of chili powder is determined by where you're going to use it. For gochujang, you need very finely ground chili pepper. Now the chili pepper powder is ready for the gochujang. The last ingredient that goes into gochujang is grain syrup that lends sweetness. The sweet flavor comes from the cereal grains called malt or germinated barley rice. Grain syrup is made by simmering the liquid steeped in malt and water strained from fermented cooked rice. If you let your eyes wander even for a minute, the syrup would stick to the bottom. Thanks to the tireless work of the gochujang master who continuously stirs the mixture in the sweltering heat, we now have a pot of sweet golden grain syrup. Let's get all the ingredients together for gochujang. All these ingredients will be combined to make gochujang. In the old days, this jang-making task was considered so important that Koreans made jang only on the most auspicious day in January. Different ingredients have come together to create a new flavor. Jang is perfected by the magical skills of Korean women who know how to balance the flavors of the universe.
맛있다.
First gochujang. It's almost there, but not quite the sixth hidden flavor. I think we need one more step.
In the old days, ongi, the coarse earthenware of Korea, was likened to a goblin bowl. Making the jang is not the end. The location where it will be kept is just as crucial. In Korean culinary tradition, onggi made from clay has served a crucial role as a storage container.
바닥 쳐가지고 8타름이 올라가거든. 저 방식이 쳇바퀴 타름이요. 제가 둥글하게 차근차근 이제 하나씩 이렇게 수레조막으로 두드려가지고 이제 올려가지고 차근차근 올라오면서 말리는 거예요. 여기는 옛날 방식대로 그대로 하거든. 왜 숨을 쉬는 옹기가 전라도 옹기는 숨을 쉬느냐 그러면 뼈기로 깎아서 이렇게 모래 알갱이를 안 빼기 때문에 속에가 하얀 모래 알갱이가 있어. 모래 알갱이 그것이 이제 소금을 딱 묻고 이렇게 머금고 있다가 배시 나면은 품어진 역할을 한다고. 그래가지고 숨을 쉬는 옹기요.
The countless sand particles inside the clay create fine holes in the urn, through which the air passes in and out of the onggi jar. Ventilation helps food ferment better and keeps the content edible for a long time. Gochujang will be kept in this onggi urn. Now we're in the final stage of the quest to find the hidden sixth taste. Microorganisms use their enzymes to break down an organic matter. This process is called fermentation.
우리가 이제 보통 발효를 시키는 이유가 거기에 이제 다양한 맛들이 생성이 됩니다. 보통 유기산부터 시작해서 우리 당도 분해돼서 탄수화물이 분해돼서 당이 만들어지고요. 단백질이 분해돼서 아미노산이 나옵니다. 이런 것들에 의해서 우리가 느끼지 못하는 그런 다양한 풍미들이 발생을 합니다. 우리 전통 장류가 이제 묵으면 묵을수록 구수한 맛들이 굉장히 강해집니다. 발효 최적 조건은 온도, 습도, 그다음에 이제 발효 기간, 그다음에 저희가 이제 얘기하는 옹기 숙성이라는 게 자연 숙성이라는 게 굉장히 중요하다고 봅니다. 옹기 숙성은 산소가 투과가 되고 있고요. 기본적으로 자연 발효를 시키기 때문에 자연적인 그런 조건에 따라서 많이 발효가 달라집니다. 그래서 옹기를 우리 선조들이 계속 이용해왔던 것은 이 장류와의 최적화된 그런 발효 용기이기 때문에 지금까지 이제 이어져 왔죠.
The jang has completed its long journey, made possible by nature, man, and time.
Now let's try this gochujang. There we go. That's it. That's the final 6 hidden tastes we're looking for. Now, in Western countries, on the Western diet, we tend to have a little bit of meat and fat. So our fermented products tend to be on the sour side, like balsamic vinegar. But the Asian diet is mostly based on rice. So their fermented products tend to be more on the salty, savory side with a little bit of sourness in there. And jang is a perfect way of expressing this. It's a great balance of saltiness harmonized with savoriness to create a perfect balance.
Each of the Korean dishes contains the sea, the sun, the wind, and the mountain. These dishes are made more flavorful by the hard work of all those involved in producing the necessary ingredients. Futurist Alvin Toffler made the following prediction. If salt and spice were the driving forces that have dominated mankind until now, the dominant flavor of the future will be the fermented taste. A 6th taste we discovered in Korean food today. Countless hours and infinite patience went into this Korean feast. So, did you find the sixth taste you were looking for?
Oh my love, what are we doing here? This little heart racing through the gears, lining up our sails.